In one of my last videos, I discussed the foods that are the best for preserving the beauty and youth of a woman. Today, I will reveal the opposite and talk about foods that make us age quickly and are harmful to our optimal health and beauty. We will also talk about the foods that you can use to substitute those harmful ones with. My name is Tanzila. I'm a clinical nutritionist. In my work for the last 10 years, I've helped women to look younger, live longer, and eat for beauty. So if you want to know what is the number one worst food that prevents women from being healthy and looking younger, then stay tuned and watch this video till the end. Here are the top 5 worst foods that you should avoid at any cost because they cause internal inflammation in the body and disrupt our hormonal balance. And according to the science, chronic pro-inflammatory status is a pervasive feature of aging. I personally completely eliminated these foods from my own diet many years ago, and I also recommend doing so to all my clients. So let's begin. And the first one is pasteurized dairy products. Very often we are recommended to drink milk in order to get calcium. Women around the world concerned about osteoporosis include dairy products in their diet and give them to their children in order to build strong bones. However, studies conducted by Harvard scientists have shown that women that consume cow's milk are more likely to suffer from osteoporosis and have weaker bones than those who don't. According to scientists, in countries with a high consumption of cow's milk, there is a large percentage of patients with osteoporosis. Products made from pasteurized cow's milk, including cheese, butter, whey, milk, kefir, and yogurts, might have some mineral content that could be good for us if we could digest them. Unfortunately, most of us do not have enough enzymes to absorb them. Plus, heating under pressure destroys many of the beneficial nutrients and trace elements. According to scientific research, of all animal proteins, casein is the one of the most consistently and strongly seems to promote cancer. What are the symptoms indicating that you have a milk allergy and intolerance to lactose or milk sugar? It's diarrhea, bloating, constipation, chronic colds, bags under the eyes, headaches, and even mental disorders. Also, the presence of dairy products in the diet can lead to iron deficiency, especially in infants and children. The leading role in the development of atherosclerosis and the occurrence of heart attacks are also associated with consumption of pasteurized dairy products. Therefore, if you really want to consume any kind of dairy products, the best is to use unpasteurized goat's milk, goat's cheese, and goat's kefir. They are much easier to digest, contain a large amount of alkaline minerals, and are closer to composition to human milk. But if you don't have access to unpasteurized goat dairy products, then I suggest replacing them with a plant-based milk such as almond milk, hemp milk, or melon seed milk, recipes for which you can find on my channel or my website. I will attach the link in the description of this video. The second group that I recommend to eliminate from a diet in order to preserve beauty and youth is soy products. Processed soy is one of the worst foods for a woman's health. Soy foods contain a high levels of phytoestrogen that mimic the body's natural estrogens. A number of scientific studies have shown that soy negatively affects a woman's hormonal balance, mental abilities, and accelerates the aging of the body. In addition to all this, almost 80% of soybeans in stores and markets are genetically modified, which negatively affects not only the health of a woman, but also the health of future generations. Processed soy is found in foods such as soy milk, soy meat, soy cheese, and soy yogurt. Instead, I recommend using only fermented, organic, and unprocessed soybeans known as tempeh, miso, and natto, which can be very beneficial when consumed in small amounts. Recipes in which I use fermented soy can be found on my website. The next food that needs to be eliminated is coffee. Coffee is unhealthy food for several reasons. According to studies, coffee can lead to the development of breast and ovarian cysts, as well as disruption of a woman's menstrual cycle. Caffeine depletes micronutrients needed for hormonal balance and reduces the absorption of essential nutrients and minerals such as magnesium and B vitamins, which are critical to a woman's health. In addition, coffee can cause imbalance in the intestinal microflora, thereby reducing the body's ability to absorb micronutrients, which in turn leads to disruption of the hormonal system. Therefore, if you know that coffee is your weakness, then try to gradually replace coffee with barley coffee or kombucha. You will find the recipe for making kombucha in the description of this video. To learn more practical ways on how to look younger, restore your beauty, health, and energy, join me for the series of 4 video lessons, Principles of Optimal Health, Beauty, and Energy, which is still available for registration. It's free, and I will share the link in the description of this video. The next thing I recommend to eliminate is alcohol. It is impossible not to mention alcohol when we discuss harmful foods for a woman's health. And no matter how many positive consequences of moderate alcohol consumption are invented, the fact remains that the consequences of the effect of alcohol on the female body are very harmful. There are several features of the effect of alcohol on the female body that you should be aware of before drinking alcoholic beverages. First of all, alcohol worsens the condition of the skin. It dehydrates the tissues and deprives the skin of vitamins and nutrients. The skin becomes dry, ages quickly, and loses its natural color. Also, under the influence of ethanol, the protective and restorative functions of the epidermis are weakened. And secondly, it's possible to easily gain weight when drinking alcohol since it contains lots of calories. Approximately 2 glasses of wine are equal in calories to a hamburger. Moreover, the fact that pregnant and breastfeeding women should not drink alcohol is a well-known fact. But not everyone knows that alcohol affects the general condition of the female reproductive system. Alcohol consumption causes premature menopause. Ethanol also increases many of the side effects of menopause, such as night sweats. In addition, alcohol can disrupt the menstrual cycle. Alcohol consumption also increases the risk of many cancers, such as breast cancer, liver, and intestines. The risk of developing breast cancer increases by 6% for every 10 grams of alcohol consumed. Moreover, women who drink alcohol are more likely to suffer brain damage. Under the prolonged influence of alcohol, the efficiency of the brain and its volume decreases. Even after a small dose of alcohol, blood pressure increases. And with regular drinking, diseases of cardiovascular system are developed. In addition, ethanol disrupts the metabolism of microelements in cells, especially calcium. Therefore, women who drink alcohol have increased risk of fractures and diseases of the joints and skeleton. Drinking alcohol negatively affects the functioning of the digestive system, and since some of the alcohol is absorbed in the stomach, its microflora changes and its mucous membranes are damaged, which can cause gastritis, pancreatitis, stomach pain, vomiting, and many other problems. One of the women I worked with privately was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Doctors refused to treat her and advised her to go to the funeral home because there was nothing more they could do for her, for the simple reason that after several years of alcohol addiction, her liver function deteriorated to the point where chemotherapy was not possible. So she came to me for help. And I must say that after several weeks of intense detoxification, we managed to restore the function of her liver so that surprised doctors began to offer her chemotherapy. But by that time, she realized what she needed to do was to continue with the program that had brought forth such great results. For more detailed information and practical steps to preserve and restore your beauty and health, join my 4-video series, Principles of Optimal Health, Beauty and Energy, and you will find the link in the description of this video. As you understand, alcohol is my #1 worst food for the health of women. So I was really happy to receive an email just a couple of days ago from one of my clients who also struggled with quitting alcohol. She told me that she finally had broken free from the addiction, and she told me that it was thanks to all our work together. Let's move on to the next group of foods that are harmful to the health and beauty of women at any age. These are products containing gluten. Gluten is a protein naturally found in all varieties of barley, rye, and wheat. A common question that I get very often is, grains have been eaten by humans for several thousand years. Why has the question about the danger of gluten only come up now? And the answer is very simple. Health problems caused by cereals and their derivatives in recent decades have been attributed to the selection and development of cereals with a high gluten content. This is the result of the work of American scientists since the middle of the 20th century to increase the amount of plant protein in order to prevent starvation due to the rapid growth of the world's population. As a result, modern cereals contain up to 60 to 70% gluten instead of 4 to 7%, which were originally created for the human consumption. Gluten can cause headaches and feelings of fatigue, anemia and nutrient deficiencies, numbness in the arms and legs, menstrual irregularities, and infertility, underweight or overweight. Gluten is also capable of causing a range of serious illnesses ranging from diabetes, stroke, bowel cancer, to epilepsy, schizophrenia, and dementia. And this is not a complete list. Moreover, some scientific studies have shown a direct link between the future mother's diet of gluten-containing foods and the development of autism in a child. There are many other harmful products for our youth and beauty that are not included in today's video. You can learn more information in my free video series, Principles of Optimal Health, Beauty and Energy. In this series of 4 video lessons, I share the main principles for achieving optimal levels of natural beauty, health and energy, along with practical steps and recipes so that you can start to clear your skin, balance your weight, and restore your beauty and health naturally. So click the link below for that and watch the series of 4 video lessons, and I will share information on how you can work with me via my program Mastery of Optimal Health, Beauty and Energy as well. And let me remind you that keeping your skin looking healthy and younger directly depends on the biochemical processes that take place inside the body. Therefore, beauty, health and longevity first of all must be maintained inside and not outside. And proper nutrition is one of the main elements of this process. The real beauty is reflected from the inside out. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. And if you have a friend or family member that you know needs extra support on their way to optimal health, please share this video with them. I would love to assist them on their journey. See you in my next video.